Welcome back. There's no time to waste. Jumping right into desserts, we have Gogurts first. Go ahead and throw your Gogurts into the freezer. What are these clocking in at? 50 calories each. If you're anything like me, throw 3 of these back and you'll be stuffed, good to go. You won't be worried about eating late night. These are underrated as heck. Go ahead, throw the drumstick out, get the Gogurts in. Next up, we have Oreos and Cool Whip or whipped cream, whatever you prefer. Whatever you prefer. Don't sleep on Pop-Tarts. Not only are these a bit more calorie forgiving, but it tastes just like a bazooki. Make sure you get the cookies and cream one. Definitely tastes like. Going in with a staple, a classic, something that most people already know about, frozen fruits, blueberries, mangoes, strawberries. I've recently learned I'm obsessed with a frozen strawberry. I have been sleeping on those all this time. You can see here that I have some frozen blueberries. I just keep it in there with the lid off. You put the lid on, keep the lid on, whatever is easiest. I realized at the end of the day, the less thinking, more doing is better. Especially if you're a late night snacker like me, these are going to be saving your life. I can't stress it enough. You can freeze any fruit and it's gonna taste great. Also great for just preparing for smoothies or smoothie bowls, which leads us into our very next dessert, something I know we've all been waiting for me to talk about. Acai bowls. I am obsessed, okay? This is the goated snack. This is the snack that's greatest of all freaking time. I promise you that. I promise you that. And if you don't like acai, smoothie bowls. Because I know you like a fruit smoothie. I know you do. I do not do calorie counting, though I try and keep my snacks to things like these, because then I don't have to think about the calories. That's why we're going to talk about food stigma. Rid yourself of food stigma. You can have the Coke. You can have the Lay's chips. You are allowed these things. But if you are someone that binges like me, or you struggle with self-discipline, maybe a little self-control, maybe because this bag is open, you feel inclined to go back in. Stop buying it. Go ahead and get the veggie straws instead. You don't want to cut out chips completely. There are alternatives. Same with things like Coca-Cola. I've showed you 0-calorie Gatorade. I've showed you those aspartame carbonated drinks. While I understand that the health craze, the health kick, everybody's on it and everyone's riding that wave right now, you don't need to be so hard up on the ingredients if you know it's going to contribute overall to your goal. Drink those 0-calorie drinks if you know that's going to help you get where you need to go. Next are skinny lattes or low-calorie beverages that are sweet and delicious so that you can spruce up any kind of way that you want, especially if you have an espresso and stuff like that. These are a great option when you're just like looking to fill or satiate some kind of sweet tooth. I think these are great. Popular pick, or a popular option that I know mostly everybody knows about, is low-calorie ice creams, low-calorie non-dairy ice creams, all of those low net carb ice creams, all those types of things. I have to say, no matter what, these things are never going to taste like the real thing, but they get close enough to where you're going to feel like I'm having a sweet dessert, I'm having a sweet treat, this is gonna be exactly what I need, and you could feel good about knowing you're not sabotaging your goals. No guilt. Guilt-free. That's ultimately what we're aiming for, guilt-free. Last but not least, on the dessert side, we could definitely argue if this is a dessert or not. Protein pancakes. I also know that's very popular to make like cookies in a cup or something like that. I know when I was doing keto, it was a very popular thing to like heat up some ingredients in a cup and make some kind of like cookie thing. A great breakfast option, but just as a nice little dessert or a side treat with some agave over the top of this. Go ahead and ditch the syrup and put agave on top. There is not much difference between syrup and agave, and why is syrup like 5 times the calories? It doesn't even make any sense. I recently picked up this protein. This is gonna go great on top of anything because I get the unsweetened version. A lot of people are gonna get vanilla or chocolate, peanut butter, things like that. That is not my jam. I am not a big fan of protein powders in the first place, but I do know that I need to find ways to get it inside. So throwing this inside of your smoothies, throwing this inside of your sauces, mixing this unsweetened version into anything that you have, give you that extra boost. If you can get protein in there, get it in there. That is like first and foremost, like the main primary thing you want to be getting in is that dang protein on your journey. Next snack is gonna be popcorn. I absolutely love the Orville Redenbacher's Popcorn, obviously Act 2 is fine. Pop Secret is fine. Any popcorn is fine. But I prefer the texture and flavor of Oreo Redenbacher's. It makes sense why it costs the most. That truth does not always apply. And you go ahead and top it off with some of these really fun kernel seasonings or popcorn seasonings. Next is oatmeal. You can't go wrong with some oatmeal, baby. And because these are only like 90 to like 120 calories a pack, they're gonna fill you up. They usually taste pretty good. Yeah, this isn't one of those things where it's just like, oh, I'm so excited to go have some oatmeal, but it's still one of those things where you're gonna get some nutrition in it, it's gonna taste good, and you know that you're attributing to your goals. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to take the guesswork out. We're here to take the science out. We're here to take the overthinking out. Take it all out. We're here to make reasonable, sustainable, helpful, healthy choices. I guess are we talking about dinners and snacks? Whatever, dinners and snacks. Homemade pizza. Now, you can make this anywhere from like 300 calories to 2,000 up, okay? You can go anywhere in here. Probably stay away from the dough starters and all of the heavy stuff that you know tastes so yummy that you can't control yourself. Get the lavash bread. I actually have a video on this channel of how to make homemade pizza. It's so easy, and you just get to throw whatever you want on there. If you just want cheese, go ahead and have cheese. Great way to also just get some veggies and throw some spinach on there. Some other popular foods that I know that you guys are probably sleeping on: tacos, Korean barbecue, great options. Most people aren't really focused on, oh yeah, I want to be the most optimally healthy, I want to be eating all organic, I want to be fueling my body with superfoods. Most people are really just focused on, I just need to get this weight off. And that's why I say remove yourself of food stigma. This can just get out of control way too quickly. And that is the problem. Same with things like this. This is supposed to be a healthy food. This is supposed to be a nice snack. Wow, it's supposed to be nice and high in protein or whatever they say about nuts. Yeah, there are health benefits to these foods, but you go ahead and eat a whole handful of these, you're looking at 180. What has helped me ultimately is swapping out those things that are a bit more high calorie, a bit more calorie dense, a bit more make me feel not so good about myself. Have some guilt after foods for foods that I know no matter what, even if I binge on this, I'm not gonna feel as bad as me binging on that. Like, it isn't one of those things where you're just gonna be, oh, it's an end all, a be all, you're perfectly cured, and now you're never gonna binge again because you're eating healthy foods. No. That's all I have for you today, but I know I definitely have some more ideas up here. So catch that in another video. Make sure you leave all of your favorite low calorie, volume eating friendly foods down below in the comments, and I will see you in our next video.